It's that time. It is that time for another SJPORR experiment beer review. Kevin here. It's a warm day. I need a cold beer. I could use a cold beer. So I think it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's still pretty warm. So we've got a good one, I think. I hope. I've heard some good things. I can't wait. This is the Turn Up the Heat Brown Ale. This is from Meyer at Short Circuit Brewing. Take a look at that. Nice label, Lance. Got the little short circuit symbol right there. And says fermented at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Sat for 2 weeks in a fermenter, then put in the keg with peppers for 4 days. He looks like he's added some chocolate in there, 2 ounces. And he's got Centennial at 60, Cascade at 30, Centennial at 0, 2 fire roasted Anaheim chilies, that would be, dry hopped 4 days, and 2 fire roasted jalapenos dry hopped for 4 days in a keg. Okay, you know, I always find these hot ones interesting. Not usually my style, but I kind of liked what I got off the last one, so let's get this thing cracked. Oh Lord, I can smell the chilies off the bottle. It's carving up real good there. Kind of like the last chili beer. I wonder if that's kind of a chili beer thing. Although he did force carb this, so that's going to be part of it. Well, all right. The first thing that I'm going to say is it's actually fairly dark because he put the chocolate in there. So that has darkened it up, but it comes off as kind of a ruby red, really. There's some brown in the middle because it's a pretty deep glass, and I don't know that you're seeing it or not. I'm gonna get some light to hit across there, so maybe you can see those red hues. But really, when it's in the light, you're just seeing these real red tones coming through, which is kind of interesting. Obviously, a huge head. They're starting to turn more rocky, so hopefully we'll get it to kind of settle down. I'm going to try to get a nose on it. I may have to come back and try that again. Holy smokes! Holy cow, can I smell chili coming off that? I was afraid if I dipped my nose there, it might just start to, turn red, start sizzling there. Oh yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna let this settle and come back. It's hard to get much more than chilies off this, I'll tell you that. All right, I've given this another nose test again. I've gotten this to settle down a little bit. It has a lot of chili. Let's just say there's loads of chili. And you get a little bit of the malt character through the chilies. Almost think I get a wisp of the chocolate on there. Kind of wonder if my brain's just playing tricks on me, but yeah, it's very chili dominant. But you can tell there is some extra character in the malt. So anyway, all right, we're gonna just go for this one. Cheers. It didn't kill me right off the top. I used to eat a lot of chilies when I was younger, but with age, the chilies don't always agree with my body as much as I would like to eat them. But I can feel it. I can feel it coming on. There's a lot of chili. I'm glad I ate dinner already. Oh yeah, I can feel it in the back of the throat. I'm always real frank with everyone. So first of all, I get a little bit of a vegetable taste off it, which is not surprising, but I get some vegetable taste. So I'm taking these were fresh chilies, not dry chilies, would be my assumption. It's possible what I'm picking up, if these were fresh chilies, is that kind of the vegetable waxy kind of taste that you get on green chilies, and that's quite possible what I'm picking up actually. The chocolate's in there, which, pardon me, that was one heated belch. Let me tell you. The chocolate's in there, which I think actually is probably good. It probably helps kind of change up the flavor of the base and tone things down a little bit. I think I would have liked probably more than 2 ounces. That's my taste, of course, I'm talking about. And I'm not sure if the chocolate, I'm assuming the chocolate must be like, was that cocoa nibs then? Because you're saying 2 ounces, so I can't imagine it's just 2 ounces of malt, chocolate malt. So I'm wondering if you actually put 2 ounces of chocolate in there, like nibs. I'd love to know that. But wow. It is different. I mean, with the chocolate in there, it does change it up. So it's not like these lighter beers with a lot of pepper in it. It kind of tones it down a little bit. I think I kind of like that. It has a fun color. It's darker. I can't say it's really characteristic one way or the other for the style because it's a unique style. You know, it had quite the head on it. And if I swirl it up, it's carbonated enough, you can see that builds up very quickly, very easily again. So that part's pretty good. Now, the body's nice. It really is a medium body. It's not a light body. The aroma, if what you want is chilies, you're not pulling a lot of other things out. Personally, I like a more balanced beer, balanced with things. So if you're going for chilies, I mean, you got that in spades on the nose. I mean, oh my Lord, if you got chilies on that. And the taste is pretty much right there too. I mean, it's pretty hardcore chili for me. But you know, it has some of that vegetable taste. And anyway, for my taste, I'm sorry, Lance, that's not especially appealing to me, personally. All right, so let's get to rating on this one. For the body and head and so forth, the head is kind of dissipated, but it was there to start. It was pretty good. Like I said, builds back up. The carbonation, I think, actually the carbonation level, I thought maybe would come off as high, but I don't think so. I think it's just about right, really, for this. I think you did a good job there. So for that part of it, I think I'm going to go with an 8. I think you did a good job on that part. That part's really good. For the nose, with the chilies, well, I mean, it's chili dominant. But for me personally, I think I'd like to also get some more of the malt character or some of the other characters, not just straight up chili in it. I think this would be pretty strong if it was to try to go into the market. You'd get some sales, but they probably wouldn't stick around for most people too long because it would be too much. It would be more novelty. So, you know, I have to be honest. So on the nose on that, again, I got to go with a 7. Very pepper, very, very pepper, but not enough of the other characteristics in there for me. All right, so with the taste, a lot of pepper. I mean, a lot of green chilies, it seems like to me. Very strong, very dominant. For me personally, that's almost too much. There's not enough malt character. In fact, if you're going to have that much chili, I think you have to have that much more malt flavor to balance the whole thing out. I just don't think there's enough malt character to carry that much chilies for me personally. But it's definitely unique. So, you know, again, I'm going to have to go with a 7 on that, which puts it at that C+, B- range. It's definitely a unique beer. You sure named it right. Turn up the heat, brown ale. I think you needed a little more malts though. Yeah, just something more to make it a little more brown personally, to bring more of what I consider brown ale characteristics in, if you're going to call it a brown beer. Because, you know, the color's kind of there, but it doesn't have enough of the taste of a brown ale. Anyway, there's my take on it. All right, so that puts you at a 7.3, and but thanks for the try. It's fun. It's certainly a unique beer. This is Kevin from Clement's Homebrew. I will see you all on the next SJPORR beer experiment.